Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex here with your daily dose of Marvel Future Fight news. And today we have the Captain Marvel event quest and the kind of celebration part 2 for the Captain Marvel update. So we've got a new 7-day check-in event with a 300 biometric selector, black antimatter hidden tickets. Pretty good, pretty standard stuff. Some for the newbies, some for the veteran players-ish thing. And then we have the majority of what's going on, which is the event quest. Now we're going to be getting 5 different event missions per day, which are very straightforward. One of them is a legendary battle though, so you got to be careful about that. And you'll get 50 tokens in total, 8 days, which is 400 tokens. And then we've got, hang on, I'll get to that in a minute. And then we've got some pretty nice event shop stuff. The return of the 4, 5, and 6-star rank up tickets are here. So thank you, Netmarble, for making this kind of a mainstay regular addition to the game. I think this is now the 3rd or 4th time that we've seen this come around after an update, so we can, I would safely, cautiously assume that we can see this from now on. So in the future, if you're building up specific characters, especially probably someone like Victorious comes to mind, you can, although it may take weeks or months, you can bank on using these tickets for that scenario in order to rank up those characters in a more timely manner. So I'll talk about the event quest rewards and what you should spend your tokens on, and also the new shop items. But we also have, just very quickly, this new bonus mission. You just have to spend gold and you get a few different things, like a 100 biometric selector, 40 upgrade kits, 200 black antimatter. Pretty good. So a lot of nice stuff for free, just for playing the game as you normally would. So I like that a lot. Now, as far as the tokens go, what should you spend them on? Well, the Tier 2 advancement ticket probably seems like a pretty nice one for a lot of players, but it costs the full 400, so if you're not spending any extra money, you won't get anything else. So I actually don't think it's a very hot deal. You get a free Tier 2 ticket every single month just by logging into the game. You guys know that by now, so it's not really all that attractive. But these 3 bad boys over here are very attractive, let me tell you. Now, the 6-star rank up ticket is probably the best one because it gives you the most bang for your buck. It's 320 biometrics, so especially for a character like Victorious, getting her from 5 to 6 stars, pushing those characters to their last phase, Colossus, etc., to unlock those native tier 2s and to get those characters closer to 6 stars so you can start working on their gears so you can get them to tier 2 is really important. But keep in mind that with the tokens and with the limit, you can, for free, get both a 5 and 4-star rank up ticket for 300 tokens and still have some leftover tokens. So I do want to also kind of emphasize that the 5 and 4 are actually quite a good value if you combine them, and the 5 is really the sweet spot for those epic quest characters, but that's specifically for players who haven't completed all of the epic quests. Just something to consider. Personally, I always pick up the 6-star rank up ticket because through boost points and through lots of old events where they used to give away tickets, even old maintenance rewards where they used to give us free 4 and 5-star rank up tickets after every update, I've saved up almost 10 of everything except 6. So every time I get a 6-star rank up ticket, it's basically the equivalent of a mega rank up ticket for me. So this will be number 4, and I'm very thankful for that. But there are quite a few other good options for you. The biometric selector, while it's not the greatest, if you don't need the rank up tickets, it's decent if you want to finish off someone's uniform upgrades like Minerva, because you can easily get 300 biometrics for her, which is a decent chunk of the bios that you're going to need. I think it's over 900 bios to get her uniform to Mythic. The Nornstone Selector, on the other hand, is pretty much garbage. I would skip that every time. And then we come to Black Antimatter and Chaos Nornstones. Now, I did the math, and at 75 tokens per with a limit of 5, it costs almost 400. It costs 375 tokens to get all of this. So that means you can get 500 Black Antimatter and 100 Chaos Nornstones, or conversely, 500 Nornstones and 1 Chaos Nornstones and 100 Black Antimatter for the full... Oh wait, no you can't. What am I saying? You'll only have 25 tokens left. Never mind. You can get 500 Black Antimatter and 140 Uniform Upgrade Kits, or 500 Nornstones of Chaos and 140 Uniform Upgrade Kit. My bad. My math literally fell off a cliff. But I do want to point that out because it's actually more expensive than they used to be. I believe the old cost was less, or the limit was more, and so you only end up spending like 250 or 350 tokens to get the maximum number of either. So I think they kind of sneak bumped it up a little bit, which I'm not too happy about, but I think it's more than they used to give. I think they used to only give 80, which equaled 400 instead of 500, so it may actually balance out. Just wanted to point that out to you guys. The uniform upgrade kits are also a pretty decent offer. 400 uniform upgrade kits for 250 tokens is actually quite low. And in terms of how much you can farm per day, this is definitely the best offer available. So if we're just talking strictly about farming, you get about 300 to 350 black antimatter per day if you're playing World Boss Ultimate, and you get good rolls because on the low end it's about 50, on the high end it's about 70 to 80 black antimatter per World Boss completion. So 50 times 5 is like 250. On the high end, 50 times 70 or 5 times 70, excuse me, would be about 350. But you get much less Chaos Nornstones. Keep in mind now, with the way that enhancement works for level 70, the potential, and then the gears up to 25 for tier 3s, you actually need more black antimatter than Chaos Nornstones, because getting characters gears to 25 is no joke. And even if you're not even getting them to 25, just getting them to 22, it costs, you know, I could roll this 10 times. That's 80 extra black antimatter, and you can never spend Chaos Nornstones here, so it's actually quite a big drain on your black antimatter reserves. They've definitely found a way to balance out the two, because in the past people would have, you know, 10,000 black antimatter and like 20,000 Chaos Nornstones, because, or sorry, 20,000 black antimatter and like 10,000 Chaos Nornstones, because there was such a huge gap in terms of what you actually needed and what you actually got. So they've really balanced it out, but still, uniform upgrade kits, at most I can probably farm about 100 per day, which is much less than I get for either black antimatter or Chaos Nornstones. So I would definitely consider this if you're in desperate need of uniform upgrade kits. Now, overall, in the grand scheme of things, black antimatter and Chaos Nornstones are more valuable than uniform upgrade kits. Yes, but strictly in terms of how much energy and how often you can pump into farming these, if you don't have a ton of pink antimatter, if you don't have the processor ranked up, if you don't have a ton of feathers and these extra materials, you can't spam these boxes to get these, then you may honestly think about getting them, and it's not really a mistake. And then I'd say the last decent item to think about is the level 5 uniform XP chips, because it's actually quite a lot of XP. I believe it's over 2,000 XP, which equates to 24 runs of a regular mission. So that is, you know, 24 times 5 is over 100 runs of a mission per purchase of 25 tokens, and you can get 250 altogether, so you can get 50 chips. 50 chips I think is enough to take a character from legendary to mythic in terms of the XP required. So it's quite a big jump, but in my experience, I've never purchased them before through here, and I've never had issues saving up, hoarding enough XP chips in order to be able to rank up characters whenever I wanted to, getting their uniforms up to mythic or legendary or whatever rank. However, just so you're clear, I do clear, of course, Shadowland every single week, so that's an additional 50 level 3 XP chips. I never skip Shadowland. And then on top of that, I do go into the shop, the Shield Lab regularly, the item shop, and whenever I see uniform kits, uniform tickets, XP tickets, uniform XP tickets that are on sale for gold, not for crystals, but when they're on sale for gold, I do purchase them, and that is how I maintain my stocks. So it is possible through doing that and through manual play, because you do not get uniform XP from auto ticketing or clear ticketing content. You can auto play, but you can't ticket it. So if you don't clear ticket and you kind of watch the shop pretty aggressively for XP chips, I don't think you actually need to spend on this. The last ones, I wouldn't really worry about this. It's kind of hilarious that they put the limit to 50 here for the 300,000 gold. I don't think you could come up with, what is that, 2,500 tokens? I don't think it's possible, but maybe it is with the new sales. I actually didn't do the math, but no. 880 times 2 is only 17 and change. Oh, maybe it is. Yeah, it is. Oh my god, it is. Okay, never mind. I was wrong. Don't listen to me. I'm dumb. I'm so bad at math. I should just re-record this whole video. Anyways, moving on to the Captain Marvel Quest Packs 1 and 2. I always give you my opinion on these. In general, I think the Quest Pack number 2 is not very good. It's a bit more expensive, and the rate of return is just not very good on certain things. I think if they bumped up the crystals by 1,000, it would probably be a bit more aggressively priced, or if they added something else in here like boost points or gold, just to make it a little bit better. You know, the more money you spend, the more value you should get, because you're putting down more money. However, I will make a case for the Captain Marvel Quest Pack number 1, and on top of getting the 350 tokens, which is equal to a 6-star rank up ticket, or it's equal to almost 500 BAM and Chaos Nornstones. It's kind of annoying that they did that, by the way, and I've pointed this out before, but like I said, when my math was good, it's 375 tokens to get 500 BAM. They only give you 350, so they intentionally left you 25 tokens short, which would encourage you to purchase another pack. Now, just keep that in mind. If you're going to get stuck with extra tokens at the end, like 5 or 10, just, you know, don't get suckered into a last-minute purchase out of desperation unless you have a lot of money. However, I will say that this is a decent pack because on top of getting the tokens, which I already explained what you can get with them, and a pretty aggressively priced 3,300 crystals, it's not the best crystal per dollar amount, but it's close. You also get the loyalty points, and this is not something that I may have pointed out before, but with 30 loyalty points, if you haven't purchased anything yet for the month, it will get you, I believe, all the way to tier 4. And that will give you an additional 300 crystals, an additional 25. I mean, this other shit is whack. But the 300 crystals is meaningful because it puts this up to 3,600 crystals, and that makes it essentially the best pack in the game for strictly crystals and event tokens. Now, there are better packs for like low VIP players that we've talked about before, like 4,400 crystals and a mega rank up ticket for the same price here, $40 Canadian or $30 American. But those only come up rarely, and they only come up if you're already at a certain VIP point, so I can't guarantee that that's available for all players. So I can say that if you haven't already achieved that rank 4 VIP loyalty like I have, that it's actually a pretty decent investment to get this in order to get some of the additional items by having an extra amount of tokens. And because this question gets asked all the time, yes, that's why the 5 million gold is on sale for 450 tokens. There's always one guy who's like, hey, how come there's something on sale in the event shop for more tokens than we get at the end of the event? Well, son, that's called encouraging you to spend money. It's just a marketing tactic. Honestly, this is not a good deal. 5 million gold for 450 tokens. It's not. I hope I don't have to say that every time, but I just want to point that out. It's a terrible offer. But the rest of it is very good. We get a bunch of free stuff. We get free rank up tickets or free uniform upgrade kits or free black antimatter chaos nordstones. My math is still whack as hell, but that's okay, man. Let me know what you guys think of the Captain Marvel Part 2 events. When are we going to start seeing sneak peeks for the next update? Are we going to see X-Force? Am I finally going to orgasm on video for Wolverine? So many questions, so little time. Let me know what you guys think. Hit me up on Discord, subscribe, watch the videos, etc. And of course, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Thanks.